And we're back at the cheap seats. Cameron Kurtz and Jake Johnston here. We were kind of discussing vehicles there during our commercial break. We're out here at Graue Incorporated, and Jake and I kind of have our eye on this sharp little Chevy Camaro that they brought out. Brand new Camaro. It's red, kind of got a black stripe on it. Looks like someone's it. Yeah, there you go, Jim. Go ahead and kind of take a picture of it. Jim's getting it on his camera. Anyway, salesman just went out and put plates on it, and looks like they have a potential buyer for it. Great day to come on out to Graue Incorporated. Great day to buy a vehicle. They've got quite a few specials going on right now. Great topics to talk about already, but you know we could not have the show if we did not talk hoops a little bit.
Hoops? What's something going on in the NBA right now, huh?
No, nothing at all going on in the NBA. The NBA free agency as of midnight, or in our case at 11:01 technically for Central Time, Thursday, NBA free agency. You've got LeBron James at the top of that list for quite some time now, probably about the last month. It's been the talk, where's LeBron going to go? Is he going to stay with Cleveland? Is he going to pack up, move to a different city, go with a different team? You have all these cities and all these organizations that are begging LeBron to come play for us, come play for us. He was in negotiations with the Chicago Bulls there for a while.
He's talking to the Bulls today. Let's see, he's talked to the Knicks, the Nets. Cleveland's coming up today for him, which obviously he already knows a lot about Cleveland, but they did get their new coach in Byron Scott, who's a former player and also a former coach, so he does know how to roam them sidelines very well. You got other players as well. Chris Bosh. You got Dwayne Wade, David Lee. Some just unbelievable
Amari
names.
Stoudemire.
Amari Stoudemire, who may already have a deal done with the New York Knicks.
That's basically the way that it sounds like. Amari Stoudemire out of Phoenix, heading to New York for a meeting, quote-unquote meeting.
Meeting. $100,000 meeting. Here you go. Sign here.
If the Knicks are willing to give him a maximum salary contract, that deal may not be so far behind that so-called meeting. Speaking of meetings, Dwayne Wade has a second one with the Chicago Bulls. That's coming up on Friday. Kind of been talking with the Bulls a little bit here this week.
That's kind of interesting, too, because he was seen later, actually last night on Twitter. I'm not a big tweet guy, but I was checking it out. Him and Chris Bosh were together last night discussing hoops in a couple clubs. So, and him, Dwayne Wade having 2 meetings with the Bulls already, that's kind of interesting.
Perhaps a sign in his return to Miami, that's not necessarily a guarantee. So this, him sitting down with Chicago, that's interesting.
How far from grace would they fall if Miami didn't sign? They were hoping to sign 3. If they don't sign Dwayne Wade, they don't sign 1.
Yeah. And how much is that going to hurt them? You had Miami, their success that they had just a couple of years ago in the NBA Finals. That was, 2-3 years ago?
3 years ago, yeah.
Another big superstar, Paul Pierce. He's agreed to stick around with the Boston Celtics, and the Dallas Mavericks did let Dirk Nowitzki, they let him know.
They put it on the board and said, hey, we definitely want you. Here's your contract, and let's keep moving forward.
So Big Dirk will stay in Dallas. They did let him know how much they appreciate him and how much they want him to stay. But the focus has been on LeBron James.
Well, and real quick, Joe Johnson from Atlanta, they offered him a maximum contract at, I believe it was almost $120 million, and he may walk away from that to play with Amari Stoudemire in New York.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was 5 years, $100 million contract.
Yeah, and he's willing to possibly walk away from that, take less money, and go and try to win somewhere. He feels, from what they're saying, he feels that Atlanta may be at the height of where they can get, and he wants to win championships.
Well, of course, and that's what it all boils down to. Everyone wants to win championships. That's exactly, and it gets down to money. These players are making so much money nowadays.
I was going to say, in the NBA, it's all about money. It's show me the money.
Well, yeah, okay, Jerry Maguire, there you go. Getting on money, $61 million is the Paul Pierce contract. $61 million over the course of 4 years. That's not quite as impressive as that 5-year, $100 million contract that we're talking about. So you go ahead and do the math. That's $20 million a year. If you can't make it on $20 million a year, you need to sign elsewhere. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors, but one sponsor in particular that we wish to recognize today, our host sponsor, Graue Incorporated, here on Kickapoo Street in Lincoln. And sitting to my left is the general manager of Graue Incorporated, Mr. Chris Graue. And Chris, thanks for having us out here today.
Thanks for coming again, guys. I was thrilled when Jim called and asked. It's kind of an easy project for us. You guys are welcome to come anytime and come and set up in the showroom. Seems like a neat program and fun to listen to, and I think it's well received by the public.
And speaking of the showroom, where we're sitting in now, right behind you is that brand new Buick there. That's pretty sharp.
It's a Buick LaCrosse. It was redesigned for 2010 and been quite a nice vehicle for us. Very, very good seller.
What are some of the specials that you have going on right now?
Well, on the new vehicle side, we've got a really, really strong rebate on the remaining 2010 Silverados. You can get 0% all the way to 72 months and up to $6,000 cash rebate on either the Extended or the Silverado Crew, which we have quite a selection down. Impalas and Cobalts, we have a $3,000 rebate plus an additional $1,000 down payment assistance plus $1,000 for qualifying vehicles. If you own a particular type of vehicle, GM will give you an additional $1,000 cash rebate. So on an Impala or a Cobalt, you could get actually up to $5,000 worth of rebate. Malibu has $3,000 rebate plus $1,000 with a qualifying current vehicle. And another big one is the Buick Lucerne with a $4,000 rebate plus $1,000 for a qualifying current vehicle. Then on the service side, we've got a national incentive or a national special going. It's a full-service lube oil and filter change with conventional motor oil, a tire rotation, and a 27-point vehicle inspection for $39.95. And we'll install AC Delco Durastop ceramic front brake pads for $99.95, and then let you know. We'll inspect your front rotors, let you know if they need to be turned, and then also check your rear brakes, part of that service.
Alrighty, and kind of get the inside scoop on some of the 2011 vehicles. What's do you think is going to be your hot seller?
Well, we have a brand new Silverado HD truck coming. That's first redesigned in 5 years. It's a stronger, more capable vehicle. They've completely changed the frame, changed the braking system, a more powerful Duramax diesel engine. They brought the Duramax out in about 2001, and I saw a number that just astounded me. So far they have produced and delivered about 1.3 million Duramax diesels. So it's a very, very proven power plant. More powerful, more horsepower and torque every single year. They raised the bar on horsepower and torque for towing. They've done a lot with the frame to make it stiffer. They've done a lot with the brakes to make them larger. It's the highest towing capacity, highest payload, highest horsepower, highest torque on the market right now.
All right, excellent. Well, Chris, thanks for having us out here today. We appreciate everything that you've done for our program. We appreciate everything that you do with the community and with your dealership and your crew. We just give a big round of thanks to you guys.
Okay.
We appreciate it.
Thanks for having us, guys.
That is going to do it for us on the Cheap Seats this morning. I'm Cameron Kurtz. He's Jake Johnston. And Jake, thanks for sitting in with me this morning.
Well, I hope I didn't butcher the show too bad for Josh for next week.
Josh will return next week, and appreciate Jake sitting in and filling in with me this morning. Made my job a little bit easier. And also like to congratulate Howie Featon for winning our trivia question this morning. Howie, you can pick up those tickets to tonight's Action Park here at Graue Incorporated today. Chris, how late are you guys open till?
Till 3 o'clock.
Okay, so Howie, you have until 3 o'clock today to pick up those tickets. You want Howie's here right now. He's here to pick them up. That is going to go ahead and do it for us today. We thank everyone for listening, and next week we will be in Elkhart at the Talk of the Town. And until next week, we will see you down the road. Have a good 4th of July weekend.